68,000 learners who had requested for a revision of their placements to senior school will have to reapply as their requests have been rejected. Principal Secretary for Education, Julius Bitok, says those satisfied with their placements will start accessing their admission letters to senior school from the 28th of December, which happens to be tomorrow. The ministry will accord those dissatisfied with their placements a second chance to revise in the first week of January. Brenda Wanga reports.
The 7-day window for parents and learners to revise their schools and pathway selection for senior school placement is coming to an end. Over 343,000 learners heeded the ministry's call to revise their choices. Some were successful, others were not.
Out of the 183,000 that have been processed, 116,000 of them have been approved. The transfers have been approved, and 66,000 of them have been declined. So that is the position we have now.
The ministry says the rejections have come largely from those seeking placement in C1 or former national or top-tier schools. There are 262 senior schools falling in this category across the country.
The main reason why we are declining most of the requests is because of capacity. I have said more than 50,000 students are interested in 20 schools, which is impossible to deal with. It's difficult, even if it were you. These schools have a capacity of 500 students each. The schools, you know, that the schools which are always seen to be the top schools in this country. There are about 20 of them. And 50,000 students, or more than 60,000 students, are interested in these schools. It is not possible to place all these students in these 20 schools. That is why we have to decline and ask them to look for other options of other C1 schools.
The learners will begin accessing and downloading their admission letters next week when the first phase of the revision ends. The revision, the ministry says, was meant to allow learners to reevaluate their pathway choices based on their performance in KJSEA. While some have done so, the majority of the requests have been based on school choices. The learners will have another window to change once the first phase ends.
One sad thing that we have noted is that there are quite a number of C1 schools in some far-flung areas which are not attracting enough students. And as a ministry, we are really thinking hard to see how best can we ensure that all our C1 schools receive students around the country. And we are thinking of opening up for second revision between 6th and 9th of January, so that we can be able to give an opportunity some of the schools which have not attracted enough students to be able to apply again.
The placement and review process is aimed at addressing cases where learners feel they have been placed in schools that they are not comfortable with or pathways they feel are not in tandem with their abilities. The government says it is keen on ensuring that these processes are fair and transparent, especially since this is the first time the country is experiencing this digital senior school placement. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.